the moons of Mars are artificial. This is what was acclaimed by astronomers a little while ago, and they gave reasons why. The planet Mars has always had a great attraction for observation. At the same time, it created a mystery around its world that has been described in Greek mythology, which paradoxically refers to strange conclusions if one considers some statements of renowned astronomers, such as the following. The article in the newspaper has the comments of a Soviet astronomer, astrophysicist Dr. Joseph Slawski, claiming that the two small satellites of Mars, Phobos and Deimos, are actually not natural, but they're not celestial bodies, they're artificial. The satellites of Mars, the natural satellites, the moons, were first observed in 1877 by the American astronomer Isaac Hall. Dr. Slawski said that based on careful observations and research, he had concluded that no natural method could explain the origin of Mars' moons, as well as the strange motion of Phobos, which he claims was hollow and empty, which is not the case with no other physical body. No other celestial body is hollow and empty, he claims. The same happens with Mars' moon Deimos. If the theory of this Soviet scientist were to be verified, then Mars would have to be inhabited by rational beings. According to the data of the time, the diameter of Phobos was only 10 kilometers, and its orbit around Mars lasted 7 hours and 39 minutes, and its distance from it is equal to 2.7 of the radius of Mars. The orbital speed of Phobos, since the rotation of Mars lasts 24 hours and 37 minutes, is so great that for an observer on the planet, it rises from the west and sets in the east. Its phases, corresponding to the lunar quarters, follow each other for about 3 hours. Its distance from Mars in relation to the moon is very close. The news was published in the newspaper Neologos Patron, February 5, 1959, as reported by Strange Press. The renowned Soviet astronomer and astrophysicist Joseph Slawski argued that the moons of Mars were not natural but artificial. On the contrary, however, his compatriot Gavril Andronovich Tikhon, an equally prominent astronomer, astrobiologist, and pioneer of astrobotany, did not share that view. According to Tikhon, then Phobos and Deimos, the two satellites of the red planet Mars, are parts of a planet that exploded many thousands of years ago. These two huge pieces, according to Tikhon, were captured by the attractive field of Mars and began to revolve around Mars. Other smaller parts of the same planet form the asteroid chain that surround Mars and Jupiter. In fact, two satellites of Jupiter may also come from the same devastated planet. However, academician Tikhov's view failed to explain and decipher the great mystery of Phobos and Deimos. Why is the speed of rotation of these two satellites of Mars decreasing at a rate that only Slawski's unbelievable hypothesis can explain? Are these two satellites of Mars, Phobos and Deimos, actually artificial? And if so, who made them? This was published in newspaper Ambros in 17th of October 1959, and this is translated for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.